Lock and load, my battle lambs. It's time for NT Sheep's Digital Wonderlands. Welcome back, my little lambs. We're back in the wasteland of Ohio. We're right outside Fort Steuben, I think that's how you pronounce it. And right here by our feet is an intel case. Lucky us. That's what we're going to be doing in this video, is hunting down intel cases. In the last video, we ran by several points that we were unlocking for fast travel, and we marked them as areas to come back. I know from playing the PTS there was about 3 or so intel cases here. In the background I can hear some battling going on, so there's probably some other players here fighting the Rust Raiders that have taken over the fort. So we're gonna climb up the hill here, hop over the fence, and see what we can find.
What was that? Take more than that to put me down! Shit.
Okay, lucky us. It looks like somebody has started a headhunt. These are a big part of the new update. There's going to be special rewards that you can only get for completing them, so we're going to temporarily stop searching for intel here at the fort, and we're going to go join this headhunt. Okay, so if you're not familiar with how these new headhunts work, it is a special high-level bounty. There's going to be the person that you have to kill, and then they also have 2 subordinates with them that will also be legendary and will be very high-level, usually pretty tough to kill on their own. Ash Cave is another location that's been taken over by Rust Raiders, so there's going to be a lot of them here to battle to begin with, and there's going to be more with this headhunt going. What we need to do is get up to the hill where there's a flare set up. You launch the flare to start the actual headhunt, so there's usually a couple of minutes for you to do that. That'll give other players a chance to show up, since these are public events and anybody in the server can join. So we're going to get up here to the hill and wait to see how many people show up. Somebody else will probably sit there and start the flares, since they're probably the ones that started this headhunt. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so the headhunt event is complete. Instead of going back to the fort to look for intel, we're just going to stay up here in this area of the map and search. There's at least one intel case that I remember from the PTS being in the Ash Cave here, so we're going to hop down and see if we can find where that's at. It should be close by. We'll listen for beeps if we can hear them. It looks like there's an enemy left, so we'll try and take them out if we can. And then, since we're up here in the northwest part of the map, we're just going to start hunting for intel up here. So, let's see what we can find. This base here at the Ash Cave wasn't built by the Raiders. It was built by a guy that was basically a mad scientist. He came here to do some interesting experiments, so there's some fun lore behind this place. If you'd like to see a video about that, leave a like and a comment down below, and I'll go ahead and come back here and do a lore video on this place. We'll explore all the areas, find all the notes and everything that was left behind, and we'll find out what that mad scientist was up to before the Raiders came along. Okay, moving right along, we're going to follow this path up to the top of the cave. It's going to give us an impressive view of the whole complex, and we'll also be able to plan our next steps. I think the goal will be to keep moving along the edge of the map towards the north, picking up intel cases as we make our way up to where we gotta get into town, and drop them off for the quest Dirty Laundry. So we'll sit there and see what we can find, and let's have some fun while we do it. I recently found out that this little pond here is where you're going to be able to catch the Burning Springs local legend. It's guarded by a Deathclaw though, so if you decide to come here to fish, make sure you take out all the enemies before you start fishing, and pay attention to how much time you spend here, because enemies will respawn, and having a Deathclaw show up right next to you as you're trying to catch a fish could be a bit of a problem. Okay, we're going to keep working our way along some of these back roads to several of the parking lots that surround the park here, and we'll keep making our way north towards the city. There's also an old, destroyed, abandoned mansion high up on a hill. We'll double check there. There are several intel cases that you're going to be able to find in the little ravines that are all around the city, so make sure you sit there and run down into those and check for cases that you can see or listen for the beeping. Okay, we are just outside the city of Athens, so we're going to go ahead and activate the Dirty Laundry quest so the map marker pops up, showing us what building we need to go to. Athens is full of intel cases. I think I found somewhere around 15 during the PTS. That number may have changed. There could be more, there could be less. So, we're going to do a quick bit of exploring through the city, going for some of the ones that I can easily remember to get to. Some of them are going to be high up on the building, so you want to make sure you either have a jetpack or the mutation marsupial comes in really handy since it doubles your jumping ability. Those will be key to getting to some of the harder to reach intel cases. From a lot of the notes and diaries that I found scattered throughout the town during the PTS, Athens was one of the few cities that actually survived the bombs dropping, so the citizens tried to hold on as long as they could. Eventually, though, internal strife really started to break down everything. There became different of groups. The college kids kind of took over the rooftops. There was some military here left. And Athens also started to see the side effects of ghouls and the rust poisoning that was happening because of the Abraxadine incident. So there is a lot of deep lore to find and learn about this place playing the game. That's another thing that could take a very long video to do. Okay, so behind this door is the Abraxadine of legal offices. We're going to run around to the corner here in this blown out shop that's next to it. There should be an intel case there. And then we're going to go inside the door and see what we find.
Hey, who are you? How did you get in here? You're not one of those damn raiders, are you? I may be old, but that won't stop me giving you a good beating. But you still haven't answered my question. What are you doing here? Another briefcase. Yes, that's perfect. Your skills might just be the answer to my prayers. I've been searching Ohio far and wide for these Abraxadine chemical briefcases. They were used to store sensitive information, but are useless without a decryption machine. That's why I'm holed up in this Picard office. Bring me as many briefcases as you can find, and I'll be sure to make it worth your while. My daughter Amrita worked for a Braxidine chemical before the war. Something happened though, and she went missing without a trace. These briefcases are my only chance to find out what happened to my Janu girl. You have made an old man very happy. Remember, these cases are scattered all over Ohio, so you may need to look far and wide for them. Now, get out there and get searching. May you be blessed in your travels.
So we've learned that a very distraught and sad father is trying to find out just what happened to his daughter. He's told us what these cases do. We managed to pick up so many that we can turn in several more before we go out and start searching for more. So each time we turn in a certain number of cases, he's going to give us any little items he can find, which usually includes Abraxidine holotapes, which if we listen to them is going to sit there and explain what was going on, just what the company was up to, what certain people knew, and clues as to what happened to his daughter. You can see that from all the intel cases that we turned in, we've already got 6 tapes to listen to. So, if you'd like to hear what's in those tapes, leave a comment down below, and I'll go ahead and do a video just for those. It probably, hopefully, shouldn't take too long, but that's going to be where we end this video. So, thank you so much for watching, my little lambs, and I hope to see you again next time in the Digital Wonderlands.